Hey guys, today I'm working on apartment rehab and we're replacing doors. I've got these old brown doors back here in the hallway. Typically what I like to do is just paint them, but a couple of them were damaged beyond repair. I'll show you this one over here. You can see we're painting the existing closet doors and we're painting that, prime and paint. I still need another coat on them, but this one over here, it's damaged beyond repair. If these have a small hole in them, what I like to do is just put spray foam in there, and once it expands out and dries, cut it off. And then I just mud the whole door to make it smooth because there's texture here. It's very hard to match that when you're patching it. So to make it easier, I just mud the whole door, sand it down, prime and paint it. When you're buying these replacement doors, you got some different options. So you can buy them pre-hung, which they come basically just like this door is. It's board, the hinges are already installed, and it comes with this frame. And it's a pretty good big job to replace that. So you have to take off the trim on both sides, put it in, plumb, level it, screw it in. It costs about $120 for that, roughly for a cheap hollow core raised panel door. You can also buy them just in a slab, and I did have to buy this just as a slab. And if you just get a slab, you have to cut it to size, you have to mortise for the hinges, and then you have to drill for your lock set. And you can use a jig like this to do that. You just put it on there, bore through there, and then bore out here. I prefer just to use the existing door rather than use that template, but you could do it either way. Third option is to buy it pre-bored, like this one. Now these are like $60, so it saves you half the cost. You can see it's mortised in over here, pre-bored there. Now the hinges are not mortised, so you do have to do that. What you want to check if you're doing this, you'll want to measure from your old door down, and you can see that's roughly 43 inches. And up here, that's 43 inches, so that's perfect. If it's a little longer, you can always trim the top, but then you're going to have a bigger gap down at the bottom. Another thing you want to check is your width. So this one's 30 exactly, and if I measure my old door, it's about 3/16 under that. So we're going to have to cut this down on this side, and then we'll mortise in the hinges. Do that, I got a cheap little jig here from Amazon. It comes with this and a drill, or the router bit, and I'll show you more on that when we're doing it. But let's get this door down back here and start replacing it. All right, so I put the new door down, put the old door on top, lined it up, lined up this back edge, or the top edge I should say, and my bore lines up perfectly, so we're good there. The only thing we need to do is cut that little 3/16 inch strip off here that we measured earlier, and I'll just mark that, and then I'll go ahead and I'm going to use the old door as my straight edge to cut it. Now we got the door cut. I lined up the bore and the top of the door. Now all we got to do is go through and mark the location for the edges of each of our hinges. Use a utility knife or a real sharp pencil to get in there and mark this. Do this on all the sides of the hinges, and then we'll start to mortise them out. Alright, so this jig, $24 jig I got on Amazon. I've used it a few times and it works great. But you can adjust it from 3 inches all the way to 5 inches by just moving this little block, and there's one here. You can flip it around if you're doing square hinges. We're doing rounded hinges, so I'll leave it like that. It comes with what I'll call pattern following router bit, and on the side of this it has a depth gauge. It's got two different depths based on how thick your hinge is, and attached here on the side. This is a drill bit, a self-centering drill bit, so you get the so you can get your pilot hole right in the center of the holes in your hinge. All right, let's put this on the door and mortise some hinges. I still left the old door on top just for reference, and you can see the curve is like this, so we want this way, not this way. So we'll put this on, and I'm just going to kind of center it between the lines And I can just see the edge of the line on both sides that I put on there. Tighten it down. And we should be ready to wrap this thing out. So I think this little slot is an area for you to put your drill bit in to get it started. Alright, hopefully I got everything out of there, and we'll see how the hinge fits. Perfect fit. Yeah, does a great job. Alright, I got all the mortises complete. So now we'll use the self-centering drill bit that comes with the kit to drill the pilot hole for the screws here. Just put it in there. Press in. Alright, I got the door installed. I did have to do a little bit of sanding right on that bottom edge, but overall not too much. It latches nicely. The gaps look pretty good going all the way. So overall I'm happy with it. I'll have the link for the mortising jig in the description below. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them. And I'll see you on the next one.